Hi class, so in this video I'm going to review with you how to do the It's in the Cards postlab questions. Basically some hints to help you answer these questions. Okay, so in the first question here, it says Mendeleev's periodic law can be stated: the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. So you have to know what periodic means. So we reviewed this in terms of how we go from period 1 to period 8 every day, and how at the beginning of every day you go back and you start again. That essentially gives you a really good hint as to what the word periodic means. And as you can tell here from this question, atomic mass is not periodic. It doesn't go back to the beginning again. So it is periodic but dependent on the mass, on the atomic mass. Number 2 is very related. You have to know what the word periodic means, and you have to name one property that is periodic and one that is not. So one that does this pattern of, just like the periods do, start at period 1, go through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8, and then at the beginning of each day it starts again. In number 3, it says the elements in the periodic table are arranged in order of increasing atomic number instead of increasing atomic mass. Why didn't Mendeleev use atomic number? So if you remember from the first semester, atomic number is the number of protons. So why didn't Mendeleev use protons to order his periodic table? So you gotta think. He did his work in the mid-1800s. What was not known at the time of his arrangement of the periodic table? So that makes you think about how science changes over time, right? What do we know about at one point, and then when we learn more, then we can provide more information for our explanations, for our arrangements of the periodic table. Time and how science changes over time is the key to answering this question. Number 4, it says from your instructor obtain a handout showing one possible arrangement of the element cards. Identify each of the elements on the handout with its atomic number, so its number of protons, and its chemical symbol. So basically what you're doing is you're using this paper, right, that I gave you, and you're looking for information on here that will tell you which element on the periodic table it is. And then you label it using the atomic number, the number at the top, and the symbol. In this question, it says use the possible arrangement of the element cards obtained from your instructor, pick 2 of the numerical properties of the elements that are periodic, and plot their values on the graphs below. Give each graph a descriptive title and label the axis. So notice that here is atomic number. It's labeled in the graph that's down there on your paper. And you have to pick something that is repetitive for the y-axis. So by this time you know that periodic property means it goes in a certain pattern and then returns back at the beginning of the next row. So you pick 2 properties that do that, and you label that here. Now the key is to use numbers that space out your graph, so you have to look at all the numbers. You're only graphing atomic number 3 to atomic number 20, which you answered in number 4. But again, the key is to make sure that you label the y-axis properly so you can spread out your graph. Number 6. There are certain trends in the properties of the elements both within a column from top to bottom, this way, and across a row, left to right, in the periodic table. On the arrow for each property, write the word increase or decrease. So what you are doing is you're writing the word increase or decrease on each of these points right there. And you're looking at the handout that I gave you to determine whether the atomic radius increases or decreases as you go to the right. As the electronegativity increases or decreases as you go to the right. Ionization energy, as it increases or decreases, go to the right. And the same thing from top to bottom. On this question, it says locate the following: metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. You basically have to use your book and you look up. There's a periodic table where it's labeled. Now remember, there's a stair step here, and that divides the metals from the nonmetals, as you learned in the Properties of Elements lab. And you're going to label, and you don't need to write in each one of these squares. Just circle it and say this area is the, and that area is the, and this area is the. And you remember you're labeling that as metals, nonmetals, or metalloids. In number 8, it says on the outline of the periodic table below, locate the following: groups or families, periods, or series of elements, noble gases, alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, and halogens. Again, you're just using a periodic table. And on the last question, number 9, it says locate the following: transition metals, inner transition metals, your representative elements. So if you're just circling them and you're labeling them, again, use your textbook. Good luck.